Greetings to the Church Business Administration class here at Southeastern University. This is your instructor, Dr. Larry Asplund, coming to you, can you believe it, at the halfway point in our class. I wanted to be able to just catch you up and greet you this evening and welcome you to week 5, give you a sense not only where we are, but where we're going. I anticipate everyone finishing strong, doing well, and of course, I'm committed to doing whatever I can to make sure that this is really a quality learning experience from you, for you, and that also you do very, very well. So let's take a moment to look at week 5. We're actually kind of switching gears here in the second half of the class, moving away from some great leadership principles to focusing more specifically on church business administration. And so you have two important themes this week. The first theme is church finances. And, we're going to unpack that in some specific ways. Some of you might say, I don't anticipate ever being a business administrator in a local church. But, if you have any leadership in any ministry area at all, this is going to become very, very important, increasingly important for you, the more responsibility you have. And of course, the second theme is good stewardship, effective stewardship, which is such a very important idea, biblical idea, and an important value for us as leaders. Your week 5 readings, first of all, Resourcing the Kingdom 1. This is another lecture from Dr. Hemby. It's a narrated PowerPoint presentation. And so he's going to focus this week on really part 1, which is slides 1 to 13. I know you will enjoy his content immensely. And then we're going to jump back into Pollock's book, which is just a very, very practical book filled with suggested forms and reports and all kinds of things that you will find useful, beneficial in the future. So we're going to look at 5 chapters this week. Chapter 5, Introduction to Church Finances, is very, very important. And you will discover there even some ideas for reporting forms and, of course, ideas that are directly relevant to building a budget, which, as you know, is a very important assignment coming up for you. And then Chapter 8 will be Obstacles to Good Stewardship. And related to that is Chapter 9, is the way we give hurting our church. And so, it's important for us to process together the principles involved in stewardship as well as the practice. And so you're going to be able to get your feet wet in a very important ways this week in both of those areas. Your week 5 discussion is very simple. It's kind of broad, but I think it's very important for you to be able to summarize it in your own words. So the question is, what is real biblical stewardship? And we want to be sure to make scriptural evidence a part of your argumentation, include scriptural support. Because this, I think stewardship is one of the big ideas in the Bible. And so being able to process that together for our practice as individual believers, to be sure, but also as leaders in the local church, is very, very important. So you're going to be given an opportunity to interact with each other this coming week. And I look forward, of course, to reading your interactions and, occasionally jumping in and just participating with you. You have some important assignments, as you know. So really, week 5, your readings and the work you're doing in week 5 is directly relevant to the week 7 budget process. And so I kind of introduced it last week, but I want to be sure to let you know that week 5 is a great week to specifically begin working on it, because so much of what you're doing this week is relevant to that assignment. And so, do your reading in Pollock first, and then start working on your budget this week. And then, of course, week 8, the very last assignment you have, other than the discussion board, is an interview. And I'm going to be saying more specifically about that next week. But this is just a great opportunity for you to jump into your budget process for your assignment. You know, the whole idea of stewardship, I think, is so very, very important on any number of levels. You know, it simply means that nobody really owns anything, that God only loans stuff to us and then gives us an assignment as managers. So we are stewards, we're managers of whatever God gives to us, time, talents, you know, the treasure, the whole, you know how it goes, all those elements of stewardship. Ultimately, our entire lives, every aspect of our lives, God gives to us, and then he asks us to be wise and effective and productive stewards, managers of those resources. So this is one of these really big ideas. I think it's so good to get it clear again in our minds going forward, and then being able to see it as the big picture, you know, the frame of reference behind all that we're going to do specifically about church business administration. So it's going to be a great week. I'm looking forward to all that you're going to do this week, not only observing but participating. I once again want to let you know that I'm here for you, praying for you, committed to you. Remember to not only do your reading, but start working on your budget for week 7. I think you will find that if you space it out that way, finishing the class strong is not going to be a problem. So God bless you, everyone. I just pray that you have a wonderful week 5.